Hello! In this tutorial, I'll show you how to add conditional visibility rules to your interactive calculator. This means you can show or hide certain elements based on specific conditions. I'll use the example of a flooring installation calculator where users can choose between imperial and metric measurement systems for their calculations. By offering both measurement systems, your calculator will be more user-friendly for people around the world. I'll explain how to do this step by step, but the same approach can be used for any type of calculator. Right now, I have a calculator that uses meters to calculate floor installation costs. Let's say I want my customers to be able to enter room dimensions in both feet and meters. To do this, I'll first add additional input fields for length and width in feet. Go to the top left corner of the editor and click the plus icon to add a new element. For the room length in feet, choose a numeric input element. Once the element is added to the calculator, click on it to open the Element Settings panel. Customize the element by naming it Room Length. Then, change the maximum allowed value to 400. And set the default value of the element to 20. Don't forget to add a postfix to indicate the measurement unit for this input field. Now, we will repeat the same process for the room width. Once that's done, resize both elements to half their size and place them next to each other for better navigation. Don't forget to save the changes. With that, we are done with the first step. Now, let's set up a functionality that lets customers choose their units of measurement. We'll set up conditional visibility rules so that only the relevant input fields are shown based on their choice. For example, if they select the metric system, they'll see input field elements for meters only. To do this, first, go to the top left corner of the editor and click the plus icon to add a new element. Then, choose the radio box element. Once the element is added to the calculator, click on it to open the Element Settings panel. Name the element Units of Measurement. Next, we'll customize the options. Open the first option menu and name the option Metric. Leave its value as 1, as this will be important for the conditional visibility rules later. Add another option to this element by clicking the Add Option button. Name this option Imperial and set its value to 2. It's important that these two options have different values, but you can use other values if needed. The customization of this element is now complete. I'll move it to the top of the calculator so customers can choose the units system first. Next, we'll set up the conditional visibility rules for the input field elements. This part can be a bit tricky, so I'll explain the main logic. Our units of measurement element has two options, metric, value 1, and imperial, value 2. When a customer selects metric, two elements should appear: room length and width input fields in meters. In simple terms, the input fields for meters will be visible only when the radio box element value is 1. Similarly, when the units of measurement value is 2 or selected option is imperial, two elements should appear: room length and width input fields in feet. To summarize, the input fields in meters will be visible only when the option value chosen in the radio box element is 1, and the input fields in feet will be visible only when the option value is 2. Now to set up conditional visibility rules, let's start with the element room length in meters. Click on it to open the element settings panel and go to Advanced Settings. Enable conditional element visibility by turning on the toggle. Then, add a rule by clicking the Add Rule button. Using the logic explained earlier, we will now write the rule. Select the element number of our radio box element used to select the units of measurement. In this case, it is element number 8. Then, select the option equals so that this element should equal something. Finally, input 1 as the value that element number 8 should be equal to. As a reminder, our metric option has a value of 1. To sum it up, this rule essentially means that if element number 8 equals 1, the metric option, this element will be visible. If element number 8 is equal to any other value, this element will be hidden. Repeat the same process and add the same conditional visibility rule for the other input element room width in meters. Next, let's set up the conditional visibility rules for the input elements in feet. Click on the room length in feet element to open its settings panel and go to Advanced Settings. Enable conditional element visibility by toggling the switch. Then, add a rule by clicking the Add Rule button. In the first field, choose element number 8. Select the equals option. Finally, input 2 as the value that element number 8 should equal. Remember, our imperial option has a value of 2. To sum it up, this rule means that if element number 8 equals 2, the imperial option, this element will be visible. If element number 8 is equal to any other value, this element will be hidden. Repeat this process and apply the same conditional visibility rule to the other input element room width in feet. With the conditional visibility rules now set up, make sure to save your changes. You can test how the calculator functions by using the preview mode to see how elements appear and hide based on these rules. The final step is to update the formula to account for both measurement systems. Currently, our formula multiplies the room length by the room width in meters, then multiplies the result by the flooring type. The same logic applies to the feet calculations, but with different element numbers. To combine both formulas, we'll set up specific conditions using the if conditional formula. In our case, the logic will be: if the unit of measurement is set to metric, use the formula for meters. If set to imperial, use the formula for feet. Let's add the complete formula to the formula element. Don't forget to save your changes, and our calculator is ready. We hope this video was helpful. Let us know in the comments below if you have any other video guide requests.